During the 1980s and 1990s, a program was developed to pass along some of the fundamentals of the recycling industry. This service, called Recycling 101, was offered as a method to provide a reference to entrepreneurs and recycling business operators. In an effort to understand some of the key factors about the waste economics in the recycling industry, Recycling 101 has put forth the following concepts. First, we need to understand sustainable waste economics. This model thrives when the market value of recycled commodities exceeds freight and handling costs. This self-sustainable economic model functions well providing that market access is not interrupted, or that the market price for commodities doesn't decline below a profitable level. As long as the market remains stable, recycling businesses can operate profitably. However, what happens when market values drop? This is where subsidized waste economics comes into play. If recyclables are worth less than the cost of freight and material handling costs, subsidies become essential. These financial aids help justify the economics of waste diversion efforts. Tip fees are common in recycling. These are charges to waste generators aiming to offset low-value recyclables processing costs. They help keep the recycling process operational, even when market prices dip. Waste diversion revenue streams also need to be established. With the increase of larger quantities of complex low-valued waste materials, some sort of subsidy programs are needed. These programs could be a solution to ensuring the capture of potentially toxic elements and to eliminate their introduction into the disposal stream and ultimately into the atmosphere. Waste diversion revenue streams can be created in the form of offset credits, grants, and in today's socially conscious world, some variation of crowdfunding or donation programs. If you wish to speculate on secondary commodities, you should establish a business model based on a turnover margin. Investing in operational infrastructure based purely on market speculation can be risky. A recycling operation should build a business model that maintains a consistent profit margin on each ton handled, regardless of market shifts. Maintaining the same margin on each ton handled, whether the current commodity market value is $100 per ton or $1 per ton, or even with a negative value, allows you the leeway in the event that you are required to pay $100 per ton net cost. Liability transfer is another crucial concept. Accepting free materials means assuming responsibility for their end-of-life management. Responsible recyclers must ensure that all materials handled are disposed of in an environmentally sustainable method. The practice of selective salvage or cherry-picking certain items and abandoning the balance of the materials is not a responsible solution and is not acceptable. The intentional or unintended behavior of fringe radical individuals calling themselves recyclers has resulted in a taint across the whole industry. Professional recyclers pride themselves on responsible practices and are long-standing champions of the environment. Beware that technology doesn't create a false sense of security. Many think their processing methods guarantee profit. But the real profit lies in the buying or selling of the secondary commodity, not processing costs. The realization that the one person, in a room with no windows, that buys and sells every pound of material, is the only one that can ensure that there is a profit margin. Recycling startups often face struggles. Entrepreneurs may invest heavily without understanding the commodity market, which is the primary driver of their business. Committing their time, money and effort on the secondary commodity market side of the business, even with a small budget, can quickly illuminate profitability or flaws in their plans. Looking to the future, with the evolution of technology and sophisticated manufacturing techniques, materials are becoming more complex. They are comprised of multi-layered items, using less and less quantity of raw materials. These materials have increasing specialized properties and performance, many of which may be exotic, difficult to obtain and possess various levels of residual toxicity. As environmental focus sharpens on resource conservation, the future trends of innovative recovery methods will emerge that can capture small amounts of raw materials or even trace elements from waste streams. The closed-loop concept presents challenges. Relying solely on recycled materials for manufacturing can create supply risks. As demand grows, competition for limited recycled resources intensifies. It's essential to understand that recyclable materials are finite. Unlike virgin materials, Once they are used, their availability diminishes. This leads to increased competition, affecting prices and supply. For anyone seeking information or data on the recycling industry, you may ask your recycling questions to a group of experienced and knowledgeable recycling industry professionals. In summary, understanding sustainable waste economics is crucial for navigating the recycling landscape. Know the risks, acknowledge the responsibilities, and adapt to future trends. Visit our website waste.net today to learn more. Let us assist you in finding a market to buy or sell your scrap waste or byproducts.